Every deer hunter, trophy hunter or not, dreams of killing a giant whitetail buck.
I just shot a freaking giant.
Some folks are drawn to the allure of a big, clean, symmetrical, typical rack. Others are drawn to gnarly old non-typicals with drop tines and stickers everywhere. And for others, like myself, we are drawn to huge, mainframe 8-points. For an 8-point to score in the Boone & Crockett record books, it has to be in a league of its own. And this 8-point buck from Mahoning County, Ohio is the best of the best. In fact, this buck was once referred to as the greatest 8-point of all time.
This deer, I believe, is from your guys' home county. This is one of my favorite deer that when I was a kid, I'd go into the magazine stands and I would look at the whitetail books in North American Whitetail. This deer was on the cover. It's killed by a very good friend of mine now that I've gotten to know him, and he's a tremendous person. This is the Bob Haney buck from Mahoning County, and it holds the record at one time the world's largest 8-pointer, and still probably is the largest 8-point frame because he's not a 9-point. He's an 8-point. This is an abnormal. Of course, his splits are an abnormal, couple stickers. The deer still makes the book as an 8-pointer at 180 1/8. His net 8-point frame is 196 5/8. There's none on the planet. I mean, that's as good as it gets. There's nothing bigger.
The Haney Buck, shot in 1987, falls into the Buckmasters Whitetail Trophy records at number 6 in the world and number 2 for Ohio as a semi-irregular frame taken with a compound bow. The Haney Buck was featured on the North American Whitetail cover in the January edition in 1989. This buck now lives in Keith Sniders' collection, in which you can see in full on an episode of Whitetail Cribs on this channel.
So another buck that we have that's a very popular buck that a lot of people know about is the Haney Buck. And so this buck was shot back in 1987 by Bob in Mahoning County, and its BTR score is 206 4/8. It's just crazy because if you look at it, it is an 8-point frame. You know, I mean, this is actually it's considered a drop tine, and he has a big split on that brow back there. But Bob shot that buck, which, like I said, for an 8-point frame, it's incredible, the size of it. I mean, his G2s and stuff, you know, you're looking at 15, 16 inches, but just a massive deer that, like I said, has been very well known over the years as far as when you look at an 8-point frame, there's nothing that gets better than that deer.
Whether you consider the Haney Buck an 8-point or not is up for debate. Technically, this buck has 12 scoreable points, 4 kickers off the main 8-point frame. The BTR score on this buck is 214 5/8, but if you were to only score the 8-point frame, it would be 196 1/8, making it one of the biggest 8-pointers to ever walk the earth.